truth and honesty. Kiss goodbye to Biafra. Biafra that had in the beyond years. You'll be only running around in circles. You can never come. It is the kingdom of heaven itself. You want to do something that is happening in heaven, on earth, for mankind to see and testify to the grace of the Lord. You have to be of the courage. You have to be without fear in the face of your enemies. If you are without fear before your enemies will run from you. Rather than you running from them, your enemies will run from you. If you speak the truth always, regardless of the consequences, lies will run from you. You must protect those who cannot protect themselves, not to steal from them. I repeat, it is your job as a child of heaven, IPOB family member, to protect those who cannot protect themselves. That is your job. Not to kidnap them, not to rob them. You must be of good conduct. That's Chiku Okike Abia. If these conditions are not in place, NNAMDI Biafra will not come. And drop me like an anti. Biafra Gahabia. Ana Akatia Ana Watianobu. Going to a native doctor, Dibianyanzu, cannot save you. If you want Biafra, and I am making audition, it doesn't work. We don't believe in that rubbish. Chukwukabiam is our shield and our guide. We don't commune with darkness. I am warning all 17 commanders, all our commanders, we don't commune with the devil. We don't do audition. We believe in the protection that Chukwukabiam can offer. The weapon you need to protect yourself is your gun and your ammunition. We don't commune with spirit. It's such the worst mistake Buhari ever made was to arrest him. The worst mistake ever. What is going to happen? I am taking IPOB to Abuja on the 17th of next month in our court case.
We are with you, sir. We are with you.
There will be 2 million people in Abuja.
Yes. I will be there. I will be there. I will be there with you, sir.
I will be there. Hey, we take the battle to our enemies.
Yes, sir.
And let me make this very clear to you. You are under oath.
Yes.
And by virtue of that oath, you are under direct order from me.
Yes.
Any day you wake up, you hear I've been arrested, born Nigeria dance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, welcome to the broadcast today. Today is the 24th day, Wednesday, 24th day of May 2023. And I want to wish those who've been celebrating their birthday this week and all of that, happy birthday. As I'm just remembering, I want to welcome you to the program today. Today is a special broadcast because we shall be looking critically into the things that have come so far, and especially from the rescuing the flag of Biafra from that place that is a lie. The place they told you that is the Biafra house, whereas it is not the Biafra house. We rescued the flag from the confines of lies. and deceit. And today we have so many things that have come to play, up to the grand statement from MAZI NNAMDI KANU, from a very reliable and trusted source, which has nothing to do with the contraption or has no interest in the whole of Biafra, whether in Biafra or Nigeria. And that tells you how formidable the accountability group and every one of us are. Remember when Prince made his statement on Sunday, during that short 10 minutes broadcast, he said that MAZI NNAMDI KANU has already discredited the actions of Simon, and a lawyer will be giving that message. Simon never knew that we have gone very, very deep into this thing, and knowing what MAZI NNAMDI KANU is saying and the criminality going on and everything. But today we have, of course, the house is full already. We are going to be discussing extensively and critically about this matter. So I'm not going to be alone here, but we already have great people here. We have Comrade Ken here already. You know, he's already in the what's happening. Okay, and he's here also. And of course we have Prince is already here. You know, he's here also. You're welcome, Prince. Comrade Ken, hope you are there. I can only see the alien on your screen. I can't see you, so I'm not sure if you are here or not. Prince, you're welcome. Please, if you can say hello to the people of Biafra.
Hello and welcome to my good people of Biafra. And as always, we want to honor and respect and welcome our God, the creator of the entire universe, the owner of the air that we breathe, the one that said we must come at this time to claim what is ours. We are not asking to take what is other people's. Rather, we want to claim that which belongs to us. And we are happy to work in complement and in collaboration with others. We believe that Yeshua came to teach us that we are here to share. Yeshua came to teach us that we are here to love one another and share in the things that his Father, our Father, Chukwokike, gifted us. We are here to share it just for the period, the brief period we are here, and we are here to look after these things and make sure that future generations continue in that vein. We want to acknowledge God Almighty. We want to thank him for this day that he has made. We thank him for the supply of the air that we breathe, the air that brought us here, without which none of us will be breathing, let alone be able to talk about what we are doing and what God has asked us to do. We want to reverence him. We want to thank him. We want to bless his holy name today and forevermore in Yeshua's name. He said. So I welcome you and I thank you, Kelechi, for yet again a wonderful program. You know that this is a hallowed platform, and a platform that is dedicated to speaking the truth and alerting people to the dangers of this earth. Any such platform is a hallowed platform. So I welcome you all. Welcome, Ken. It's nice to have you. And there one. Let's get going.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you, Prince. Comrade Ken, just say hello to the people briefly.
Yeah, good afternoon from my location. Good morning and good evening to Biafrans. So we are here again today. So I'm always happy to be in the program to talk to our people because it's time that they have to wake up. So as our brother Prince have give us the prayer, we all have accepted the prayer, and we believe that as we answer that prayer, that God have accepted that very prayer in heaven. So I don't need to go in that very aspect anymore. So, but I just want to tell our people that we are back again today to reveal what they don't know about what is happening, because autopilot always say that what you don't know is bigger than you, but what they don't know is bigger than them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that. Also, we want to appreciate Kunon View Media here, sent his message already, and Edith Nedu Good evening to Biafrans. Thank you. And everyone who is watching, thank you. Today we are going to be discussing deep and very fundamentally too, looking at critical facts. And I know that we're going to be discussing and talking to reasonable Biafrans today, and those who are not really reasonable, who are still having the mindset of Nigeria, even if they are born by Biafran parents, yet they are still Nigerians. We're going to be helping you today to clear off that mentality of Nigeria, at the same time for you to see the clearer picture before you and understand what is truth and what is farce, so that you can understand the difference. And it's very, very important. That's why we are always here to talk to you. And before we go on, I'm going to be asking critical questions here. But first I want to acknowledge the Biafra warriors and fighters. There's a particular video today that exposes the criminality, and at the same time exposes the double standards of Simon, where he said to the people that whenever you see and whenever you hear and whenever you notice that the Fulanis are praising you or congratulating you, just know that you're on the wrong track. And thank God they brought it out today, and of course it's been displayed all around. The same thing also, we saw that Shehu, Sani and Co and Shetima, or whatever his name is called, hailed him and complimented him for making himself prime minister, and he was so cool about it. He was so happy, he was so excited, and contradicting what he said initially, which means that he actually upholds things that favor him, that don't favor him. He wants to blackmail. Now that brings me to the point, Prince. I want you to let's use that as a basis here. Now, here is a message come from Brisbane, direct from MAZI NNAMDI KANU. And Simon keeps claiming some statements coming from MAZI NNAMDI KANU and telling you that this one actually, and we don't listen to people from the DSS dungeon, but when it has to do with something that does not favor him, he fights it. And when it favors him, he tends to want to make you believe that, yes, this is from MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Can you shed more light on this, please?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing to note about liars is that they are experts in contradicting themselves without knowing that they have contradicted themselves. That's what liars do. And that's why we preach the truth and we say, keep on with the truth, because the truth is something, once you know it, you can say it even in your dream. And every time it remains constant because there is nothing to alter. Now, when you look at the inconsistencies of, well, sometimes in fact, I now feel even mentioning his name is giving him a bit of credence, because this guy means absolutely nothing other than deceit. Somebody tells you, you must never take anything coming out of DSS. Yet, he was happy to tell you that he has heard from DSS office, from NNAMDI KANU, telling Biafrans to forget about him and focus on him, focus on the crook himself. He affirms the fact that NNAMDI KANU has actually forgotten about his own self. And this is the message he is taking from the same DSS. He says we must not take anything coming from there. Now, when we now have credible message coming out from NNAMDI KANU himself, which nobody actually preempted. You see, this is the difference. Nobody preempted this information that we received. It just came. We were not looking for it. It just came. And it's like things happened so coincidentally that you know that the hand of God is on this thing. Okay? When things are happening coincidentally, you see, that's why we always say to people, keep with the truth. Focus on the truth. Believe in God. Know that the air that you're breathing is not yours, and nobody on this earth owns it. That air, when you respect the air, know that the air is not yours, and whenever it is withdrawn, you are dead. That is what it means. Then you remember that God owns the world. If you focus on that, the Spirit of God will lead you to things you are going to do. Sometimes it will shock the whole world, and the whole world might think you're doing the wrong thing, but you are propelled by the Spirit, and it's the Spirit of truth. You can't stand for anything you see that is evil. Your spirit will tell you this is evil. And when you look at the life of Yeshua, he kept on condemning evil. He kept on telling people, look, you are wrong. You can't be doing this. He was talking to the rulers of his time. Okay? So, this message that came from Onyendu is only so genuine. And I'm quite sure that as things unfold, because I tell you something, there will be serious legal action taken. Okay? Because, let me tell you something about lawyers of repute. They don't say things they don't mean. And before they start saying it, they are already prepared. Okay? Before they say it, they are already prepared. They are on the path. And I want to give advice to mainly the followers of this little child in Finland. Okay? To their followers, if they can find ways to help him to reason, because there is something called defamation, and there are people you don't defame or try to defame. To put on social media, to put on Twitter that Bruce FEIN is a scam. Listen, it's defamation. It's defamation. Only if God saves this guy from Finland would Bruce FEIN not consider taking him up on that. Now, let me tell you where Bruce FEIN's office is, so you know that you're not.
Yeah, Prince, just hold it there, because I'm going to ask you more questions about Bruce FEIN. Yeah, you have a call coming in now that has distorted your.
I'm sorry.
Just hold it there.
I'm sorry. Can you still hear me?
Just we can hear you. Just hold it there, because I'm going to ask you something.
I can't hear you. Can I go out and come back in so I can finish?
Yes, please go out and come in. Comrade Ken, what's your take on that? Here's a man, somebody who comes to tell you that some messages are coming from the DSS dungeon. You don't take those messages, and then later he tells you that now they're, oh wow, this one favors me, so it can go. What do you say about that? Just in 5 minutes. You're muted. Check.
Yes, sorry, I'm back. So before I continue, can you bring up that very message, that very write-up from Daily Post?
Okay.
Where Simon Ekpa was saying that that Onyendu commends the Biafran government in exile that he just formed.
Okay, I'm going to see if I have it on the system here. I don't think I've uploaded it to the system, but I have the one of Bruce FEIN.
Okay.
Anyways, but just go on.
Okay. So what we are trying to talk about here is, if Simon Ekpa is saying that he disregards any information that comes from the DSS dungeon, that is not taking any one of them, but we have 1, 2, or 3 information that had come from the DSS dungeon, from Onyendu, that he regarded as a very good point for him to use to defraud the Biafrans. One is just about what I said now, that was in the papers in Nigeria, in the newspaper, where he was telling the Biafrans that Onyendu commended him for founding that very republic government in exile. So who gave him that information, and who told Onyendu, MNK, MAZI NNAMDI KANU, that Simon Ekpa formed a republic government in exile?
And that's a building.
So who told Onyendu that? Who told MAZI NNAMDI KANU that? So that means he's now trying to tell Biafrans that he has somebody that is having contact or getting him information from the DSS dungeon. So why is he now discrediting the information that are coming from the DSS dungeon? So if it doesn't come from his side, it becomes a false information. But when it favors him, then it becomes the truth for MAZI NNAMDI KANU. So let me tell the Biafrans something. Friends have said it here now. Insulting Bruce FEIN is just like you jumping into an acid that will eat you up. So you people insulting him. I know none of you have your identity, but the whole issue will fall on the head of Simon Ekpa.
That's right.
Did anybody go to Bruce FEIN to pay him before he wrote what he wrote? Did anybody consulted Bruce FEIN before he wrote what he wrote? Why can't you people ask yourself question? How did Bruce FEIN come about this issue? Why can't you people ask yourself question that Bruce FEIN was in Nigeria over 5 times, I think 6 times, if I'm not mistaken, and he couldn't get to Onyendu, he couldn't reach MAZI KANU. Why can't you people ask yourself that question? What happened and what transpired there? Why Bruce FEIN couldn't get him? But I don't just want to say much because all these things will be unveiled.
Yes.
They will be unveiled. There is a real package of informations that will knock Simon EKPA down like the way Mike Tyson always knock his opponents down in the ring. So let Simon EKPA be prepared because Bruce FEIN is preparing for him. So he is a lawyer, he knows what it is. And another thing I want to tell Biafrans are, since Bruce FEIN made this comment, which of the counsel from Onyendu have debunked what Bruce FEIN said? Have Ejimako come out to say anything about it? Because he's a lawyer, he knows the implication. Has Ifeanyi Ejiofor come out to say anything? Has Michael Zekome come out to say anything? You people should reason with your coconut head and coconut brain that you have. Ask questions. Don't just come out and be insulting people. We are not dumb. We are not stupid. We are not idiots for coming here to try to enlighten you people. So let me just hold it here for now. Thank you very much, Kelechi.
Prince, I want you to, as much as you want to say something, I want you also to talk about the credibility of Bruce FEIN. At the same time, giving the people to understand who Bruce FEIN is, and of course, he doesn't have a stake in Nigeria or in Biafra.
Yeah. So I think building on from what Ken said, I'm actually appealing to these people who are out there just following Simon and talking rubbish about Bruce FEIN. I want to give them some information, okay, based on knowledge, not based on fiction. In defamation cases, one of the things that is considered before somebody is found guilty and dealt with ruthlessly is one, the number of people that have access to the said defamed comments. Because I've been through that myself. Okay, if you go and check me, you would see that I've been to the Royal Court of Justice in London, where I won a defamatory case. Okay, because somebody was claiming that I defamed them. So I want to tell these people, because you might think you are helping Simon or supporting him or whatever. I think you are actually crucifying him, because it is the number of people who have access to this information that Simon is calculating that a prudent lawyer is a scam that will
Before you go on, let me remind you also that Twitter has record of the people who have viewed that comment. Other people who have shared it also have their records. So it's something that nobody can hide from.
Yeah, so people, you know, but the thing is that, you know, because most of these Nigerians, okay, let me tell you where the whole crisis is coming from. These are people who are poorly nurtured, okay? Their upbringing so poor, education zilch, and their social interaction is not enhancing them in any way, shape, or form. So all they have in their mouth are vile language. They can't even have a normal discussion with you without insult. They have no cultured brain, so their mouths are full of vile rubbish. And they threaten you as if they themselves will never die. They talk absolute gibberish. They can't reason. You can't even, sometimes what I've decided to do now is to block them, because there's no point educating a fool. You know, it's easier to train a dog or an animal, okay, than begin to educate or train a fool whose brain is totally blocked. And that's why we are fighting critically for Biafra, because we know that when we get Biafra, we can now lay a proper foundation whereby our children will be properly nurtured, so that they will come into this world and understand what God has placed in their hands. They can see that they are real production in waiting. Because every child, God has given a talent, and that talent is full of productivity. It is productivity that make you rich. So these people only are based on stomach infrastructure. They don't want to see any road infrastructure, any development, nothing. It's all about stomach. How much are you going to give me now so I can go and criticize and begin to pour vile on the other person? How much are you going to give me now so I can go and kill the other person? Stomach infrastructure. But they forget that every killer must be killed by the same death. These people are totally imbecilic, totally lacking in understanding. So I just want to drop this so that any of them, because if you save one soul, you have done your job. If you really love Simon Ekpa, stop castigating a prudent lawyer. I want to tell you, because I've met with Bruce FEIN, and I felt privileged to actually get to his office. Okay, this guy, for you to be a lawyer and your office is located at Capitol Hill. Do you know where Capitol Hill? Capitol Hill is the center of government in America. You can't look, you can't rent a room there, let alone come. You need to see where this, and you're calling him a scam. No, you are calling him. It tells you how reductive, how sick this little boy in Finland is. I am only sorry for him because right now he at least I can guarantee that he has one liable case coming his way with this fictitious building he put there, because everything about that building is now coming out. And already, when Bruce FEIN was threatening that legal action, we never instigated it. It was already in progress. Okay, so he has that one, but I am worried that he might have a second one, which is to do with defamation, because of the number of stupidity people are doing, and he has triggered. So let these people, unless well, mind you, let me tell you something. Some of these people saying this about trying to jump on the bandwagon in support of Simon are Nigerians who actually don't give a damn about what happens to Simon anyway. They are only there trying to make sure the Biafra will never come. That's just what it is. So right. These people might, in fact, I don't know whether what I have said now will even encourage them more to write more against Bruce FEIN, just to make sure that that Simon is dealt with. But I had to be truthful in giving out my information, because there is nothing else to do other than to be truthful. Now, I
want to tell you also that I want to remind you also that in spite of the fact that you say they are Nigerian, Simon is also a Nigerian.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There is no bigger Nigerian than Simon. Okay, sure. There is no bigger because if you want to know whether Simon is a Nigerian or not, this is the fact. The fact that tells you that Simon is a Nigerian was not only the fact that he was the one that desecrated Biafran flag in Germany. He tore it apart, okay, because he was angry about the IPOB's treatment of Ekweremadu. He tore and ripped our flag, the flag I have taken now and I'm preserving and I'm enjoying having in my house, okay? This man tore it apart, and he now decided to take the same flag to defraud Biafrans. The same flag he tore apart. The other thing you need to know that will tell you that this guy is a Nigerian disguised to destroy Biafra is this, and this is the most important. Onye ndu MAZI NNAMDI KANU is today in DSS dungeon because of Biafra. Because the Nigerian state does not want to hear the word Biafra. That is the worst thing you are going to tell any of these crazy Nigerians. The Nigerian state does not want to hear Biafra. That's the reason they are holding Onye ndu MAZI NNAMDI KANU, even though the court of the same Nigeria had freed him. Now, look at the gist here. The gist is that the same Nigerian state is now applauding somebody who appointed himself prime minister of the same Biafra they don't want to hear about. That tells you that this is Takia, where people are happy to use anything. It doesn't matter so long as it brings your downfall and brings your ruin. And as far as they consider you as an infidel, they are prepared to even sing your song in order to destroy you. So they have subscribed to a prime minister, okay? Even though they don't want to hear about the nation that this prime minister is talking about, because they are in cahoot with him, knowing that he is going to bring about the end of Biafra. So that is the only reason why these enemies of Biafra are working in partnership with our main enemy, which is Simon Ekpa, to make sure that they ended Biafra, even though NNAMDI KANU continues to languish in DSS office. Can you now understand why Simon declared himself not only the leader, but also the prime minister? Because he had received reassurance from Nigerian state that NNAMDI KANU would never come out of this prison alive. So because he was so sure that he had this reassurance, that's why he has gone out. Look at everything he's doing. Look at everything. Is it the driver's license? Is it the passport? It's all his image everywhere you look. Even in that subletted unit 2, because that's a sublet. That's why they cannot show you their face when they are there. They cannot show you the proof of the documentation proving that this is Biafra house, because it's a sublet, because we've worked it out. It's a sublet. So now, this is why even in that office, you look around, all you will see is Simon Ekpa's picture. You won't see NNAMDI KANU's picture there. Sure, so because he is now doing his own stuff in making sure Biafra is killed permanently. That thing he was accusing Ejiofor, okay, that he wanted to become the new Allen Onyama. Simon Ekpa has taken that position, okay, to end Biafra and collect and keep collecting money from Nigerian state. And he wants to be congratulated for achieving that. So all these games, okay, the truth is the genuine Biafrans are operating in the spirit of Biafra, which is linked to Chukwu Okike, that has destined Biafra to come. So all these things are easily worked out, and we don't give a damn what anybody is thinking or saying, so long as that thing is contrary to what we believe in. They believe in Chukwu Okike, Elohim. They believe in Biafra. Now let me tell Biafrans this and rest it here. You are in the truth when you are fighting for Biafra. You are in the truth, because autonomy is a gift to man from God, from source, that every man should be able to be who they are, identify themselves, give themselves name if they choose, give their children a name, cultivate their own crops, grow their own garden. God gifted us these things from source. And now you allow somebody else to begin to become God unto you. God himself is so angry with you Nigerians, but you don't know. You don't know. So if you are a Biafran and you are walking in the spirit of Biafra, you are on the side of Elohim. And whoever is with Elohim is majority. It doesn't matter whether you are one, only one. Yeah. So long as you are with Elohim and all you are fighting for is your autonomy, you are not asking for another person's autonomy. You are in the right, and the God of righteousness will see you through. I thank you. I can't hear you, Kelechi. We can't hear you.
Ken, I want to hear your own opinion, you know, based on what Prince have said. Before we go into explaining the details here, please, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kelechi. And Prince, I thank you for your expression on how you narrated the whole issue for Biafrans to understand. So I am the problem that Simon Ekpa will be having, because if he's rude, I'm more ruthless than him. So this is why I don't try to take it lightly with Biafrans, because I will talk to them aggressively. So what I want to say is, whenever I come up to speak, I come with questions for Simon Ekpa and questions for his followers that I want them to convey to him. Simon Ekpa have overthrown Onyendu in every aspect. We are in this struggle. So I want his followers to ask Simon Ekpa, do Simon Ekpa have any relationship with the family of Onyendu? He condemned everybody who have something to do with Onyendu. Even if Ifeanyi Ejiofor have done something, committed a crime, you people didn't know what Simon Ekpa did with that very exposition he made. It may be truth. I can't say it is true or it is false. It may be truth, it may be false. But even if it is truth, Simon Ekpa started to destroy the things that are kept to defend Onyendu. So, since he destroyed Ejiofor, who is now in charge of the council of Onyendu? Is it the DOS? Is it the autopilot? Can't you people ask yourself questions?
Oh, I thought you brought a lawyer.
So I'm just coming to that aspect. So who is now the council? Who of Onyendu's case? Because DOS have left the council. Autopilot Simon Ekpa have left the council. So Onyendu is just left in the wilderness with nothing. And the people surrounding Onyendu are the people that the Nigerian government have sponsored to be there. That is why they went to court and said that Onyendu is being discharged and acquitted, but the lawyers are pleading in the court. But Simon Ekpa don't see anything wrong with it. He don't go against it. What he could only do is, just because we came up to ask him a question, why can't you get a lawyer for Onyendu? That is why he went and brought that man with a rotten teeth, who is maybe under the bridge in Ajegule. I don't know where he is. And even the surprising thing there is that when this man came up to come and claim that he's a lawyer to the autopilot, have Simon Ekpa made any comment about that lawyer? Do his followers, his followers that posted that very video, that posted that very speech from that very lawyer, have Simon Ekpa come out to say anything about that very man? None up to date. Simon Ekpa is also somebody who also was against Bruce FEIN. He was against Bruce FEIN. So, have Simon Ekpa ever have a thought in his head? Bruce FEIN is one of the lawyers that Onyendu always point to and say he needs this person, he needs this man, he needs this man. But Simon Ekpa, when he started, he didn't want to have anything to do with anybody that he knows that will bring Onyendu out of the dungeon. That is why he's going against anybody who have the right, who have the power, the strength to bring Onyendu out. That is why he's condemning everybody. That is why he throw you all out, because he knows that you all are with the truth. He knows that he can never work with you together because you people are too powerful. He's afraid of all of you. That's why he threw you out. He's afraid of Bruce FEIN. That's why he don't want to have anything to do with him. He's afraid of the council that Onyendu have in Nigeria. That's why he don't want to have anything to do with them. He knows what he's doing. But what I want to tell Simon Ekpa is, if you are a lawyer, as you proclaim that you are a lawyer doesn't speak the way you are speaking now. This shows that you are not a lawyer, Simon Ekpa.
Please, can I buttress that point? Yeah, you know, birds of the same feather flock together. You can see the lawyer that he appointed. Yeah, all that guy went to do was to tell Biafrans that they have a prime minister of their time. He called it the prime minister of our time. Can you hear me?
Correct.
Okay. So you can see, and I've told you that that guy couldn't be a lawyer until he proves the lost chamber from which he came, until we have his full name and we can trace the law firm. Even if he's a lawyer, he must have bought certificate. This is Nigeria. He must have bought certificate or something, because he never spoke like a lawyer. Okay, you could see that this was just a package something. And you know what was funny? Simon Ekpa has not used that in speech anywhere. Or I don't know why. So they are birds of the same feather, because you can only be attracted to something that is similar to you anyway. So I don't believe at all until Simon shows us his certificate that he is a lawyer. Of course, when you look at his written English, you would know that he's not a lawyer. He's not. There are basic things a lawyer would know. You can't say that somebody who stole something steals something, okay? Because what you did in the past must be stolen. What you can't say something you did in the past is a steal. So there are, no matter how people claim, well, English is not his language, it's a lie. Anybody who went to school, even in Nigeria, up to secondary school level, should know past tense and present tense.
Sure.
Anyway, so that is just what it is.
Right. I want us now to go deeper into this whole conversation. Now, we want to look at the statement of Bruce FEIN. Now, in this particular stuff, you know, of course, we know that the accountability group is definitely working extensively with Bruce FEIN, and of course, we you represented, you and Pastor, and of course represented us to meet with him and discuss and have some discussions further to this whole thing about Biafra freedom and MAZI NNAMDI KANU. And of course, definitely the need is for us to see that we exhaust every medium to make sure that MAZI NNAMDI KANU is freed. And of course, we have information, of course, which we are working with on what we are doing with Bruce FEIN to make sure that MAZI NNAMDI KANU receives justice and all of that. And of course, of all the criminality of Simon and other things, which Bruce FEIN has already given him in this particular statement. He said, MNK has asked me to communicate to Biafrans his repudiation of the Fox Biafra Republic government in exile. Now, that first statement, you know, he has communicated, he has asked me to communicate. Now, I want you to use this to express the neutrality of Bruce FEIN in this whole thing. Now, Bruce FEIN is not a Biafran. He's a top American lawyer. He was a former attorney general, if I can remember, and he doesn't have a stake in Biafra. And here now he comes and he tells us, MNK has clear statement. MNK has asked me to communicate. Now, can you give us a perspective to whom this man is? You know, with your discussion, by your discussing with him and his integrity in all of this stuff.
Right. Do you know that? And you know, we never preempted. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we never preempted any of this. These things came voluntarily, and this was not the only thing Bruce FEIN told us. Bruce FEIN had already written, based on NNAMDI KANU's instruction, to cancel the letter, the said letter, claimed to have been written with that fake house. Okay, so he had already written a letter to warn and tell United Nations that this is coming from a fake
and European
place. That's right. Yes. So and you see, one thing every Biafran need to understand is that by right, Bruce FEIN has no interest whatsoever in whatever you're doing in Nigeria or Biafra. He has no interest. He doesn't. In fact, he doesn't need to bother. He doesn't need to bother. For him to have volunteered this information means that he is dealing with the source. And it's not as if he's asking Biafrans, oh, raise money so that I can be paid to do this thing. If you don't raise money, I can't do this work. The man is doing what he naturally would have done, whether we went to see him or not. Okay? And let me tell Biafrans one of the reasons why everybody that Simon had criticized without evidence, we are reaching out to them, because what we found from every shenanigan of Simon was that when Simon criticizes somebody objectively, he shows evidence of what that person has done.
Correct.
But with the people that Simon had called criminals, saboteurs, yeah, without evidence, we knew that we would now engage these people just to get more information, because we know from what we have seen so far that wherever Simon calls somebody a criminal or a saboteur without evidence, that person is in the right. And that was also part of the reason we came to know of the real Republic of Biafra government house in exile. This is where you find a bunch of people who are working tirelessly for Biafra. If I told Biafrans what these guys have done, then they will know that Biafra is here. Because these people are working on the ground. In fact, apart from us, they won't even be speaking out. They are ignoring all these shenanigans, all this nonsense that this guy is doing, because they are working on the ground. So the more we met with people that this guy had criticized without clear evidence, okay, the more we find that all he was doing was to extinguish any fire that will contradict his narratives. That's all. Now you see, and then he will come and confuse his gullibles by like this real house, which I now know very well, 6188 Oxon Hill. Yeah, I know it now. You can go there and see it physically. You can go there and you'll be welcomed. There's always somebody there. It is functional. It's our house. Okay, you go there. You see
the Republic.
That's right. That Republic of Biafra. That's why not Biafra Republic. No, we are Republic of Biafra. You go there, you see the picture of Ojukwu, NNAMDI KANU, etc. It tells you that, and you go. Oh my God! Every Biafran need to visit. That's all. When you visit, the spirit of Biafra will touch you. So now we've come to realize this. We thought, oh my God, this is actually what it is. This is actually what it is. Now the whole nature of this guy in Finland began to manifest, because all he wants around him are primarily women. Okay, women that first of all he will contaminate himself with to a level where he could no longer criticize them, because they are holding something against him. Okay, so first of all, that is his first contamination. Okay, now no, I'm not joking. On the few,
yeah, of course, you're very correct.
Yeah. So now, and that actually cripples him completely. Now, I want to remind Biafra of a few things. In one of the tapes where Azoka Charles and Arewa was holding Simon here in the truth, Simon told Azoka, this will not end well. For me, that was prophetic. But I don't think Simon realized that he was actually being prophetic. This will not end well. It's on tape. I have it. Okay? That was his word.
Maybe I should look for it and play it.
And yeah, please, when you find it, play it so everybody can hear. I don't speak lies. I say things as they are.
Yes.
And I overheard Simon play over and over the voice note of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, where MAZI NNAMDI KANU was saying, we are facing many mountains, and so on and so forth. But you have to see how these mountains will crumble. We are going to bring down all these mountains. He said, I didn't say one mountain, but many mountains. But Simon Epa was so blind, he did not realize that he is one of those mountains. He couldn't see it. He could not see it. So, Biafra is a spirit. Biafra is a spirit. So long as you're coming to Biafra with a genuine heart to save the soul of man, a genuine heart for freedom of man, and you trust in Elohim, the only one through whom we are going to get Biafra, trust me, the Spirit of God will engulf you. And I can assure you, whatever evil anybody wishes you, they will see how that evil will follow them. So long as you're not going to stain your hand, never stain your hand as a Biafran, but defend yourself at all costs, because your defense against enemies will be so righteous that you will see exactly what happened to Goliath happen to whoever is confronting you. You will become that little David, and you will see what Elohim is about. Look, when NNAMDI KANU was speaking, okay, he was talking from the Spirit. And he told you, it's not, nobody's going to get Biafra for you. It's Elohim. Elohim will do it. And it's to be based on truth and righteousness. So let me remind people again, Bruce FEIN had no personal interest, had no ulterior motive. He's not a Biafran. He might as well forget about it. Look, whether Biafra or not, Nigeria or not, the man is successful, very successful. And that is why you must take every word he utters seriously. To classify such a man as a scam is dicing with, you're just dicing with madness. And let me also remind Simon that Finland and United States, okay, has extradition order. So before he thinks he's above the law, before he thinks, look, I'm only trying to help here, nothing else. I'm only trying to help and advise him. But I'm not expecting him to take my advice, because I don't think he reasons properly. He's a Nigerian. He's a Nigerian after all. Okay? Yes. But I still have to say what I have to say. I want to remind him that the extradition order between United States and Finland is active. And if there is any reason to extradite him, they will bundle him into that plane and bring him over to America to face any cases against him in this place. So people must stop fooling themselves. All this yapping and just careless talks. I just hope that people can cancel themselves. You know, one of the things I keep querying though, when you look at this house where they went and was denigrating our flag, using our flag for scam. One of the things I want to ask everybody is, do you really think that Simon bought a place and somebody like Azoka, who lives in the United States, will not be the first person to go there to, in fact, take the glory?
Who likes dancing? Who likes
she'll
dancing?
Be out there.
Showcasing herself. Who likes dancing, showcasing herself?
Oh, she'll be out there dancing. God. She'll be out there. Now, you have to ask yourself, why is she hiding from that building? Why is Ngozi Olaboeze, who lives in here, hiding from that building? Why is it that all of them that live in the United States, even the one that goes there, why has he not ever shown his face? And you are talking to who? Me? You're gonna be joking. I believe in God. I trust in God. I know that everything depends on God. My spirit led me to take my flag. I'm a Biafran. I'm a true Biafran. And I took it. I did not steal it. And I've taken it and I've kept it safe with me. I enjoy the sight of it each time I come home. I look at it and I say, this is Biafran flag and it cannot be violated anymore.
In fact, the flag is safe with you.
It's very safe. It's in an honorable place. It's not there being disgraced.
Yes.
No, it's not out there being disgraced. They can go and mount another one and disgrace themselves. the truth is that the spirit of Biafra knows who is defending it, and God Almighty knows who is protecting the Biafran
before
flag.
Ken comes in, before Ken says what he's going to say, you know, the flag you took is an evidence against them, and the one they have mounted there is an evidence also against them, because
Absolutely.
you took that one away from that treachery and that betrayal, and then they go to mount another one as an evidence of the one you're holding, which proves
Absolutely.
that in the concept of lies and all. So definitely we have two flags now that are working against them, an evidence in our hands and an evidence there with them too.
Exactly. If we still want to go and take it, we will still go there and still take that very one, and they will do nothing.
Whenever I'm in Maryland, I'll go and take it again. Okay, until I see, until I see, and this time, whenever I'm in Maryland, before I go, I will make an announcement to say I am going to Maryland. My intention is to go and take. I will tell them the time and the date, because I want to see whoever is putting that thing face to face. Let them come and meet me there, so I can show them. You know, this is America anyway. Okay, this is not all this nonsense they are doing over there. I want that person to meet me face to face, okay, and we'll get it on record so we can see the face of. Look, it's only the devil and the liar and criminal that hides. Okay,
exactly.
If you are honest, you don't need to hide. No Biafran hides. Okay, so you see, look, please, now consider this thing. When you look at the original house hosted by Simon, it had that superimposing photo gimmick that was covering the advertisement board. Okay? Now, please, I want people, you see, that is why, if Bruce FEIN fails to take Simon to court, we will take Simon to court.
Definitely.
We will.
In fact, we are going to with Bruce FEIN in that regard.
Will take Simon to court, because you see, a liar will always do another thing to cover the initial lie, because the first lie was to project that building. In fact, I wish I could see what he wrote on that site, where he said this is like a Biafran house with 9 Biafran coat of arms. The Biafran house, he called it house. He didn't say suit. No, he didn't say we've acquired the suit. He said this is the house, and he used that fake big flag of Biafra to cover the advertisement board listing the property. Okay, he used it to cover. That is the first.
No, but please, let me just chip in something for you here before you continue. Hold your word, please. As they have the boldness that they have that acquired that house or acquired an apartment or a suite there, and they could go there to place a flag up there, why can't they cover that very banner in that very place with their flag? What is holding them from doing it?
Thank you. If they can put that flag hanging there, why can't they replicate the initial image Simon posted by using a big Biafran flag to now physically cover that advertisement board and see what will happen to them? So now you see, this is why never back a liar. Never back a liar, because you're going to be drowned alongside the liar. Okay? And you see, once you catch somebody in the first lie, they will look for another lie to match the initial lie, and they will keep lying and lying and lying. This is Biafra, for Christ's sake. Okay? And somebody is doing this against Biafra, against the millions that have shed their blood, against MAZI NNAMDI KANU that has sacrificed everything and is there. And you're telling me that you are going to stand for such a nonsense? Then you are a sinner and you are a criminal. I tell you, you're a criminal.
How long will it take to put this flag? How long will it take to put
Exactly.
This is it. Why can't he go and physically cover that advertisement board as it is right here and cover it with Biafran flag, and you see what will happen to Simon Eba and co. And so when
someone has the flag at a corner, why don't you just put a flag in front?
The same way you have it here. because
Yes.
he presented it to Biafrans as if this is how that place looks.
Yes.
Because
And
he wants to keep defrauding them.
Yes, of course. Let's look at this critically. What this represents here now, what Simon is trying to tell the people, Simon and his rogue team is trying to tell the people, is that this whole house belongs to Biafra. And so,
of course, he wrote it. He wrote it. Let me see whether we can read what he wrote.
Yes.
You know, I think if you find the initial thing he did, if you can find it, you will see there that he wrote that this is the house. It's like the house with our coat of arms, from where we are going to be politicking, and our diplomatic mission will commence. Yes. He spoke about it as our house, and that's why he superimposed that flag on the advertisement board. So, and that is why I laugh when he says he's going to take legal action. Yeah. Now, I want him to know that whether he's taking legal action or not, and if Bruce FEIN fails, which I know he wouldn't, but if he does fail to take legal action, we will take legal action against him, and we have every evidence to have him nailed. It's as simple as that. So you can't toy with Biafra. Look, the simple truth remains that if indeed they have actually purchased anything in that place with the actual name of Biafra, with Biafra money, and it is true, Azuka Charles will be the first. She'll be the first to go and take credit and dance around that building. So that is a fact.
Biafra Republic governments in exile, coat of arms, and lesson Biafra House in USA. House Biafra Liberation, international.
Well done.
And ticking and diplomatic moves. The house.
Well done. Well done for this work you have just done. Because you see, until people can defend the truth, until people can see the truth and defend it, they will remain liars. Both the ones that are saying it and the ones that are supporting a liar, they will all be liars. And all these stupid stomach infrastructures is just a waste of time. We don't believe in it. We are Biafrans. We believe in the truth, and we will die Biafrans, and everybody will die whatever they are. So it's a waste of time. People playing games with all these nonsense and talking rubbish. All these silliness will have to must end.
Into the message. We're going to go deeper into the message of and look at how plain that message is. Comrade Ken, I would just want to hear what you have in mind at this point in time.
Yeah, what I have in mind at this point in time, and what I want to share with Biafrans is that Bruce FEIN is now out. So you people should tell Simon Ekpa to be ready. He have to be ready now for what is coming before him. Because nobody went to Bruce FEIN before he brought out this. So nobody asked him to do that. Nobody paid him for it. Simon himself is in the Western world. He's living in Finland. So can Simon buy a lawyer in Finland? I believe the answer will be no. So Finland is not Nigeria, where you buy lawyers for a case. So it's as well as in the United States, or where I'm living in Germany, you can't buy a lawyer. Even the government gives you a lawyer if you have a problem and you don't have money for a lawyer. The government gives you a lawyer that defends you. So this is how it is. So Simon Ekpa have to be ready. He have touching the tail of the lion. So that is what he have just done. So because I know that a lawyer have a way of speaking. They have their diplomatic terms or the languages they use, just like doctors. So all what Simon is doing now, his followers should know that that very man is not a lawyer. A lawyer can never insult a lawyer. It doesn't work, no matter where the lawyer is.
Call them
it doesn't work.
A scam.
Okay. A scammer. What a lawyer could only do is to take a legal action against his fellow lawyer, but insult he will never do.
This tells us the Nigerianistic behavior of Simon.
Exactly, of Simon Ekpa.
You know, he calls people criminals, and he thinks that he can call anybody criminal and just go with it.
Exactly. So what I'm just trying to say is that Bruce FEIN is out for him.
Yes, he needs
to know. For our people to know, our brother here, Prince, have the package of information. As he have said, he went to see Bruce FEIN. So this is to show you people who come out here to round your mouth and chant every day, what have you people done? And can you people go and do your own? We have just started. This is just a tip of the iceberg. What you people are saying. You will see more things that you all will pick your bag and baggages and start running without somebody chasing you.
Please,
this is just what we want to let you know. Yeah, Prince.
Please, can you put up that thing from Bruce Wayne again? Because I want to read the last sentence. Very important.
That's what I want to talk about now. That's perfidy and all of that. Perfidy is coming, and they don't understand what perfidy means. I think they don't.
No.
That defines Simon. That perfidy defines Simon. Treachery, disloyalty, betrayal.
Yeah,
that's what that word means. And of course, breaking of a vow and a covenant and agreement. That's what it means.
And when he uses the word,
and he's also destroying the quest. He's also destroying the quest of Biafran statehood.
Sure.
He's also destroying it.
Listen. You know, these guys don't understand English or anything. When a lawyer uses the word a steep legal price, a steep. I have to. I'm not going to tell them what it is. Let them go and find their dictionary and put in steep, so they can understand when a lawyer uses such a word, what it means. So this is no longer a compromise or negotiation.
Yes,
there is all guns blazing. So all this childish talk on social media, online, is a waste of time. Okay, so like Ken has just said, the best thing for Simon is now to get prepared, because there isn't any more thing to do than him get prepared. Okay, because I'm sorry, I'm not the one paying Bruce Wayne to say, oh, I'm not going to pay him anymore, so he doesn't take somebody to court. He hasn't actually asked us for any money.
There's something I want to look at. Sorry, before you continue that narrative also in expressing what you're saying now. Simon was talking about Bruce Wayne being paid 50,000 coming to Nigeria and all of that, and made it look like Bruce Wayne was intentionally collecting the money fraudulently and coming to Nigeria without doing anything. When he knows several times, in fact, in his own words, sometimes he has said it, that the people are blocking Bruce Wayne from seeing NNAMDI KANU or getting into the court. He said it himself during the broadcast.
He said it.
Now, do you know that Simon himself collected $50,000 to build an app, a prototype of Facebook, and
for himself, yes. for his organization.
Exactly. He collected that money, 50,000, a whooping 50,000 for an app, and he's insulting and castigating and calling Bruce Wayne a criminal for
Kelechi, an international lawyer.
Yes.
An international lawyer. How much is the consultant fee of an international lawyer just to go to his office to speak with him?
Of that level.
So if Simon Ekpa is a lawyer, can Simon Ekpa tell us how much he collects from people who come to consult his office?
What he does is still
as a lawyer
in the name of trying to do papers for them, visas for them, and then.
So when he's talking about 50,000, don't you know how much flight costs from the United States to Nigeria and to and fro, and the hotel where he will lodge for how many days? And why can't Simon Ekpa tell the Biafrans why Bruce Wayne couldn't see MAZI NNAMDI KANU? If he know much about how much he collected, but why he didn't know why he couldn't see MAZI NNAMDI KANU?
And you know, he's littered with lies. When he says somebody has collected so and so amount, and he has not shown you proof of the evidence of the money, you know he's lying.
That's right.
You know he's lying. The only time you will believe Simon is when he says something and he will show you the proof.
Yes.
But if he hasn't shown proof, he's just being a Nigerian who would use any word and talk anyhow just to wow his imbecilic.
Prince, I always like to be very plain, open. I never judge nobody if you are telling the truth or lie. But what comes up, the proof is always what is important. No matter what he says about Bruce Wayne, when Bruce Wayne come after him, he can now go defend himself, how he gave Bruce Wayne money. So I don't need to speak for Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is already out. So, but why I'm saying what I'm saying is that even though if Bruce FEIN collected money. He collected it for the job he's doing. So is Simon Ekpa working for Biafra for free? Is he working for the Biafrans for free? Why is he asking for money to build this website, as Kelechi just said? So he wants Bruce FEIN to fly down to Nigeria with his own money in his pocket?
No, that's money. That's money. Let me make it clear here. That money, that $50,000 was the one he charged IPOB to build an app. When you remember when MAZI NNAMDI was having a problem, anytime Facebook would want to block him and all of that, and they were stopping him and dealing with him on his broadcast. I don't know how he presented himself as someone who could, because maybe MAZI NNAMDI, I think, saw that he was building his platform then, using his own platform, and maybe he sold himself to them, telling them he can help them get an app, a prototype of Facebook. Where you remember when we were talking about having an app, MAZI NNAMDI was talking about launching an app which should take over Facebook.
Exactly.
Yes, he actually collected $50,000 for that amount. He himself said it. When the secretary of MAZI NNAMDI was saying that he was giving money and all of that, and he was trying to defend it, that money was a payment for an app. Who pays $50,000, not naira or even anything, for an app? And he is not an app builder. He doesn't build apps, which means he has contracted somebody, charged IPOB, and then maybe gives the person $5,000, and then $45,000 goes into his stuff. Now that tells you that now recently, if you discover something, he started making people feel like Twitter and everyone is against him. He posted something that goes against the community rules on YouTube, and then YouTube stops his stuff. He posted a bloody picture, and of course he knows the rules. And then he used that as a means of, then YouTube comes against him. Then he now starts telling Biafrans, hey, they have attacked us again. You see, they don't want us to say the truth, blah, blah. You must come to my page. We're going to start building it. Then he collects money from IPOB, the money for ESN, collects it. And maybe if he could collect $50,000 for that time, as at 2020 or so, for that app, then which means that now he's going to collect $100,000 from that same purse for his own. If you see, he now started updating his own stuff and doing everything. He collected money from the same place to do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry for Biafrans that he kept in cage. You know, I always say it. He have kept Biafrans, his followers, in that very cage called Enter Biafra, because nobody comes in there if you are not a member of Autopilot. So he caged them. They are blindfolded, so they can't say nothing anymore. They are all in prison, all of them inside there. I could remember what he posted, one of his posts in Twitter, that he's sorry because they have appointment upon appointment, busy, that he can't come to broadcast anymore. I was just laughing. I responded to that post. I told him, so you can't come to broadcast anymore because you are going down slowly. You are going down the river slowly. It is better you accept all blames now and apologize. Not them telling us to come and apologize. Not them telling Prince to come and apologize for taking a flag. Simon should come and apologize to Biafrans for all the evil and atrocity he have done.
No, we don't.
So he's no more. He's no more broadcasting. He's no more broadcasting.
To court.
He's no more broadcasting. He's begging them. Then I was saying, okay, if you can no longer broadcast, before was every evening you broadcast for 2 hours, for 3 hours. This time you still have a job, what you are doing. But now you don't have a job anymore. This struggle is now your job, and now you can't broadcast anymore. Where are you traveling to? Have you left Finland? Can you show us your passport? Which country?
Let me tell you something about this busy.
What? Have you traveled?
Simon is always talking about when he's always telling you that he's busy. The truth about it is that Simon is always in his house. By Biafra stuff, he's making money, so he doesn't do any other job. Now, there was a time he was always telling people that he was busy and busy and busy. As soon as that issue of the currency came up, that I prompted him that we need to have a meeting with him and all of that. Simon, who has said he was so busy, had enough time to discuss. Yeah. In fact, when we now brought the issue of Ngozi Orabueze, he still had enough time, in spite of the fact that he was telling us he was so busy. Whenever you want to know, I remember one time too in the media stuff, he was making us believe he was so busy. As soon as we had an issue that we summoned him in the media and stuff, he had enough time. He spent about another up to 2 hours plus with us. So this issue of busy, just like Azuka, when she was in, the day we called him for Prince and Pastor Mika were asking her a critical question on the issue of Ngozi. When she came and said that she has investigated Ngozi and found Ngozi to be upright and everything, as soon as she was asked some questions, She quickly said she was busy. In fact, they are calling her now for a meeting, that she's going for a meeting. She's and we all laughed.
Do you remember in that meeting too? And I was somehow sympathetic to his busy schedules.
Yeah.
And I said to him, look, we wouldn't be needing you here unless if we saw any fire on the mountain. He says, oh no. Call me anytime there is a problem. It doesn't matter. Just reach out anytime.
Yeah.
The same person telling you that he is too busy. So
and
don't worry.
Why you made that statement that it was because that he was so busy, and then you now said bothering you anymore.
Kelechi, he's too busy. He's too busy, but on Saturdays he's not too busy.
That's the
to come respond, you know. Because he needs the money.
Ronald, let's hear your perspective.
We have Ronald right here.
Yes, he's here. He's here. Ronald, you're welcome. We want to get your own
Thank you very much. Thank you.
FEIN and Simon's outburst, proving that he doesn't even understand what he's doing as a Nigerian who claimed to be a lawyer.
Talking about Simon?
Yes, his outburst after FEIN's statement. He came on up and said he's a scammer, he's a criminal, and all of that.
Okay, everybody's a criminal to him.
Yeah.
Everybody, the whole world is everybody's criminal. You know?
Apart from him.
He's the only one that is good. He's a perfectionist. He can never go wrong.
The good guy.
Yes. A good guy who doesn't know how to spell good. You know? He's a kleptomaniac.
Yeah,
you understand?
Correct.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Yes.
He sneaks in, snitches, and then he's not even good at that, because you know you are swimming and we are looking at you on your backside with direct right there, and he's telling us you're taking a dive. When you take the dive, your body is floating. That ain't no diving. So everything he's doing is out there. It's all written all over him. He can't stand people. He cannot stand the heat of the time. This is a guy who is afraid of heat, but he goes into the kitchen. You know, you don't want people to ask you questions. By the way, who made you judge among Biafrans? Who put you in the position you are claiming that you're in? You are a leader. Who made you leader of the struggle? How come? How did you find yourself in the front lines? Not really in the front lines, but you don't know what you are doing. You know? Every bit, all his moves. Read it. You can spell it. What is up doing? Now, from the time, since this, there is a noise. There is a noise.
Go on. It's the background. Music.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Watch out. Since that guy has come into this thing, how far? What progress has Biafrans made? Look, when NNAMDI was here, our brother NNAMDI was here. There was a lot of progress being made. But ever this guy has come, what he did was he destabilized everything. He first came out firing at everybody. He had issues with the members of IPOB, regular. He had issues with DOS, members of DOS. He had issues, Nelly. He had issues with NNAMDI. He had issues with everybody. And then the Nigerian government, on the other side, has recognized him as Prime Minister of Biafra. How can your enemy eulogize you? How can your enemy sing your praises? That means he's playing double standard.
So Ronald, let me remind you, there's a particular video that the Biafra warriors and fighters just exhumed right now, or brought from the archives, where Simon was saying that
I've seen it, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Was saying that if your enemies praise you, just know that you are in the wrong track. Just know that something is wrong. And now he's been praised by the same people, and he's excited about it.
He's locking and loading and shooting himself in the foot. He don't know what he's doing. He just felt like Biafrans are just vulnerable. So anybody, the issue about Biafra, anything, anybody can just jump in and jump out and jump out and jump in and come in from anywhere and become leader, become the VIP, because it's all about Biafra. That is why Simon is going to come from nowhere. All of a sudden, he is the prime minister. And then every time he's doing fundraising, what is the essence of the fundraising? He doesn't account for it. Now he used to deny he has no access to money. But if you call out there, you'll be like, I sent so amount of money, maybe chicken change, to those people to buy. I'm glad Biafran National Guard said he gave them money for cola. that was funny. Because he came out boasting that he gave them money.
Yes.
And then the money he said he gave them cannot pull out hair. From the body, just like that. And this guy, he was, trying to claim credit. And this guy was like, yeah, he gave us money, but it's money for cola.
The hypocrisy here is to give an information to the vulnerable Biafrans.
Oh, exactly.
Spending it very much, and so that guy now comes to make make it clear that this money given was a stipend.
Oh, yeah.
That the money must be, he doesn't want to quote the amount, but he wants to give you an impression.
Oh yeah, he gave money. You don't just say like that. You gave money. What is your budget? What is your defense or attack budget? What is it? He doesn't have a clue. He's not running a military. He's not. I think all he does is go out there, set up Ponzi scheme militant groups. That is what's doing, and then they engage in skirmishes. And then they go about robbing, kidnapping, raping, doing all kinds of things. And then reducing the struggle into the level of ridicule. That's what he's doing. He's just playing a fast one on our people. And our people are so vulnerable, so gullible. They don't understand.
There's something that's happening right now. There are so many people working with him. So many people working with him right now, which of course he has established his own militia. And most of them are being killed because they're going to robbery, like the recent guy that was killed recently from his camp, who got some girls impregnated and all of that. Simon does not say anything about it. He pretends as if nothing is going on. He doesn't say anything about all of this stuff, but he only comes to give people impression that things are working and all of that. What do you think about this attitude?
You see, look at, take for instance what he's doing talking about Bruce FEIN. Somebody with Bruce FEIN's standing. That is whom Simon is calling criminal.
Yes.
Calling him names. Bruce FEIN at least has gone to Nigeria. You all saw when he was there in the courts of Nigeria, when the Fulani Janjaweed was playing that stupid things they were playing. They wouldn't let him in because they are allergic to truth and reality. They wouldn't let him in. He kept his cool. Look at. That is what that guy, that I don't know what to call him, what to classify him as. He's talking down on Bruce FEIN, calling him criminal. And when Bruce FEIN came out with what our leader directed, he countered it by being negative about it, talking about our leader is this and that, as if he had, okay, he's our leader, but you have taken his position. Our leader never claimed he's a prime minister or so. Our leader was poised with the skill of getting Biafra. You understand? Then this guy, every now and then, he comes out a date. From now to this time, something will happen. Remember, the 29th is around the corner, right? So he said he's going to pull down the sky on the 29th. Nothing. I don't think anything is going to happen anyway because he doesn't have a program. He doesn't have anybody on ground. He got some guys.
I'm sorry for cutting you there. I want to bring up a picture to that effect. Right now, you remember before the election, he actually made everybody believe that some actions are going to be taking place because that was why he projected the 150 days, 8 days after the election, so that within that 8 days, the actions would have taken place. They would have announced the result. And then people would have now started rioting and all of that, based on the fact that we all know that Peter Obi will not win. Now, also this 29th, the people from Peter Obi's camp and all of that and other people are claiming that they're going to go riot, they're going to fight it, they're going to make sure it doesn't work and all of that. He has come again to capitalize on that, to give a kind of statement that 29th will not hold, giving an impression that he's going to take action, but he's still basing it on what the people are saying out there. And of course, which we know that in Abuja, nothing will happen, it will happen. And this is a call to bring the enemies into Biafra land again, to begin to kill our people.
What he does is he's mortgaging the lives of our people so that the Fulanis will have reason or excuse to do what they're doing to the youths of Biafra, killing, ravaging, and pillaging. He's giving them signal. He come out with something he cannot fulfill. You know, yeah. So he's not. People need to watch who they are following, who they are listening to.
Yeah, Prince, you know? It seems you want to say something there.
Yeah, please. So, my brother, you know, the main thing, you know, because you know Simon is a gambler. That's all. The main thing for this 29 is that the same gamble he had during election, he is gambling that following the pronouncement of Tinubu as the winner and that inauguration, that something will trigger. He wants to pretend he is the one behind it.
That's right.
He is gambling that there will be a reaction by obedience and the whole night. That is just all. So it's important we hold. But in addition, he's also signaling to Nigerian government to come and deal with Biafrans.
Correct.
These are the two things he does whenever he gives such a thing out there. And people need to understand it. It has been a sequence of events to prove that that is what this gambler is doing. He's toying with people's lives. And we need to really understand it as that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prince. And Pastor Livingston is here. Pastor would want to hear you. It seems you're on phone or you're on a call also. Okay, let's hear you. And Pastor, if you are with us, we want to hear your own side of this whole thing. We know the message of Bruce FEIN. Bruce FEIN has already said a steep legal price, clear-cut statement, a steep legal price for perfidy is coming. That means Simon has done enough and everybody can see obviously what he has done. And by so we have this top legal personnel from the US who doesn't speak anyhow, who doesn't have anything at stake, who doesn't have any interest in Biafra, neither does he have any interest in Nigeria, and who is has gotten to the height of his legal profession in the US and does not have anything to, he is not in the same mental dilemma with the E-frogs and all of that to think that he is struggling anything with them in the realm of Biafra. So he comes to make that clear statement based on the fact that he has heard clearly from MAZI and KANU, and MAZI and KANU is clearly against. And of course, if you watch the body language of MAZI and KANU, when he was saying, I want peace in Biafra land, MAZI and KANU already had an idea of what is happening with ESN. When he came to court and he said, I want Biafra land to be peaceful, he was clearly making that statement regarding the division in that regard. So, Pastor, can you give us your own perspective to all of this?
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. Hello, Okelechi, the point is, have anything to offer. They get angry because of they don't have anything to offer or argue, and partly due to their upbringing, people are very rude. And apart from being rude, they keep cursing, threatening, they want to kill, they want to destroy. And that shows the level of stupidity that governs their brains. A lot of them are threatening you, they will do this, they will do that. And even if God comes down from heaven to tell them, they will not agree. Because they have made up their minds to rebel against God and do whatever they want to do. Bruce FEIN is a man that has integrity. I went to see Bruce with Prince, and we did not preempt anything. As we had an appointment and came to his office, like Prince said, Bruce FEIN is located just 3 minutes to the White House. His office is just 3 minutes walk, not drive, to the White House. 300 New Jersey Avenue. So when you see a man of such reputation that has built up his name over the years, both within the American system and internationally, and you begin to speak evil against that man or call him a liar or a criminal, you know the implications. And our people have been so carried away into not looking at the truth objectively to believe a lie. The Bible says that God has given them the spirit of slumber eyes. In seeing they will see and not perceive. Hearing they will hear and not understand. God has also given them a spirit of delusion, that they will believe lies. The point is, Simon is not working for Biafra. And for Bruce FEIN to make that comment from Onyendu, Bruce FEIN is not being paid by IPOB Autopilot or IPOB DOS. Bruce FEIN is not being paid by us. It is doing his job for Onyendu and has access to Onyendu. So whatever Bruce FEIN said, he said it in his capacity as Onyendu's lawyer, who on several occasions had come to Nigeria to defend Onyendu. It is a Jaffa, according to what Bruce FEIN told us, that has blocked his access into the court to defend Onyendu. And Simon Ekpa also said that.
Yes.
Why is it that Biafrans don't ask this man that has spent money to come to Nigeria 5 times to defend their leader? Why hasn't he been given opportunity? What you get in your inbox is curses. We will kill you. We will destroy you. God, because they don't have anything to present. If Bruce FEIN can say that, don't you think, or can't you reason that God is talking to you people? That this man don't have anything at stake. He's not looking for money. He's telling you the truth. If you love Simon Ekpa, advise him to stop talking against Bruce FEIN. It has legal implications. So if you cannot listen to that which Bruce FEIN is saying, yeah.
He's not only talking against Bruce FEIN, he's talking also against Biden, our president. Look at that guy. And then he's talking against America. Look at that mosquito.
He's talking against America. He's talking against America. He doesn't know he can be extradited from Finland to come here and answer charges. Because if Bruce FEIN takes him to court and is charged for libel, the Finnish government will release him to come to America and face charges. Honestly speaking.
Pastor, I just want to give a short narrative to what you just said now. You know, we have to allow the Biafrans to lecture them so they know some things they don't know. When Simon Ekpa was going against the lawyers, the council of MAZI and the KANU, that they don't allow him to say, they don't allow Bruce FEIN to say MAZI and the KANU. Why did Simon Ekpa not go further to make sure he finds a solution or a way that we have opportunity to see Onyendu? Because Simon Ekpa came to destroy anything that will be a standing block for him not to carry out his agenda. That is why he was doing what he was doing. So Bruce FEIN narrated that, and everybody should know that. Even Simon Ekpa, as an international lawyer, should know that if you are leaving Germany to go defend somebody in Britain, I have a problem in Britain. I'm head in Britain, and a lawyer wants to leave Germany to come defend me in Britain. He needs a legal counsel in Britain for him to be able to get an access of anything he wants from me. This is the problem Bruce FEIN was having. Bruce FEIN got this, the lawyers in Nigeria, which is a Jaffa, Dimako, and the Uzbekome. I don't care who they are. They didn't give Bruce FEIN that very clearance. That is why Bruce FEIN is always in Nigeria and he can't access the courtroom and he cannot see Onyendu. Because Bruce FEIN cannot just come from America to jump into Nigerian's court. It doesn't work.
That guy is messing with America. Wait until
let me tell you something.
The treatment he deserves.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Bruce FEIN should come and represent NNAMDI KANU. That's closest. And with that authority, they will release him. These lawyers don't want him to come and take the shine out of them. That's why they have frustrated him.
Turn left on North Franklin Street.
And another question you ask is, why is it that all the money that someone Ekpa received, he couldn't raise a lawyer for Onyendu? If he really loves Onyendu, he's spending money now for diplomatic.
which is just crass. Why? And the one he raised was semi-literate. He was a motorbike lawyer, and he couldn't even come out to defend because the man was talking trash. Okay, that same lawyer, was he in the team that went to represent Onyendu in the court? Will a Joffa allow him? Because the Joffa is still going there representing Onyendu and Osokome. So how does that lawyer Simon Ekpa brought in? No, when you talk, they say they are disgracing you, people are insulting you, so you stop talking, you could get the respect. Who cares about respect? Talking about the life of a people.
Pastor,
Jesus was insulted.
Pastor,
King Junior was insulted in America.
Let me tell you something.
Did he stop them? If you are going to speak the
Pastor,
truth, it's a price you have to pay. NNAMDI KANU was, Nelson Mandela was insulted.
Pastor,
so what's fantastic about Emeka Livingstone? Talk. And you decided to believe a lie. Somebody's deceiving you. He said your own. Some people, there's one called Ogolokbo, what they call him. He called me and I had to block him. He was talking nonsense. I asked them, have you taken time to go and ask them about what's the problem?
In 900 feet, the drop-off will be on the right.
So that's the problem they're
all
having.
All they do is give out.
They have a big problem. So don't forget about them. We continue. God bless you.
All they do is dish out threats. How they're gonna kill somebody when Biafra comes, who is gonna come in, who they're gonna kill, and all that.
Yeah.
And then you look at the kind of the caliber of idiot lizards that is issuing out all these threats.
That's the last part of this discussion, which I want us to go now. In the next 20 minutes, we're going to go into that discussion. But let's hear what Prince have to say before we go into that discussion.
Yeah, that would be great. I just wanted something flashed in my head, and I thought, I think you all need to hear it, and Biafrans need to hear it too. Sometimes when Simon speaks, we really need to bring whatever he says home and analyze it. You know, when he was analyzing AGL4's involvement in betrayal of NNAMDI KANU, there's a particular statement he made. Now it's making sense. He said that he was in communication with AGL4 during the time his house was being bombed. Now, I want to remind everybody now that AGL4 hasn't yet said anything, because there must be more in that when the time comes. Simon has a lot of hand in what is going on, but he thinks by jumping first, he's going to close everybody's mouth. Remember, AGL4 really hasn't spoken about being in contact with Simon during that whole episode. I think there is more coming. These things will unfold. Let's see. Thank you.
Prince, let me just add something to that. You know, after that incident, the Nigerian government came up, if you people could still remember, and said they are reviewing the case again for the killers that killed AGL4's PA, as he said. You understand? All these things are games that we are playing at this time. So why was AGL4 not indicted for plotting of the killing of his PA? Why didn't they go to court for it? Why didn't anybody sue AGL4 to court for it? If he really did it truly. You see, if you view all these things, if you bring all these puzzles together, you know Simon Ekpa have been working with AGL4 and all these people for a long time to make sure they keep MAZI NNAMDI KANU where he is.
I will tell you.
And moreover, 1 minute, Kelechi, moreover, if Simon Ekpa is really fighting for the release of Onyendu, I'm still saying this thing categorically. Simon Ekpa lives in Finland. He tells us that the Finland government takes him as their kid, as a baby. Why can't he seek for a lawyer in Finland? If the press can leave Finland to go to Nigeria or to that contraction to go and make investigation, why can't they assist him for a lawyer to go and defend Onyendu? What is the problem?
All right, we're going to go straight into that, but I would want to state also here, if you remember something critically, there was a time, if you remember when Mikenga and Co were saying that they can never, even if Simon is the one to give them Biafran over their dead body and it will never come and all of this. And they were angry with MAZI NNAMDI KANU that he doesn't even know who Simon is. Now, these guys have information about Simon, that was not out there. And of course, you saw also when Ejiofor came out and gave an interview, granted an interview, and was saying that Simon can never be, or is never the MAZI NNAMDI KANU have never approved of anything that has to do with what Simon is doing. That he can tell you what is in MAZI NNAMDI KANU's heart. Now, these are guys who know what they do. Ejiofor, Simon, and Co. They know what they have done, what they are doing, and all of that. So they cannot approve of him coming to spearhead this thing when they know what he is and who he is. So there's something that is being hidden that we know that with time is going to come out. Now, let's go straight to the issue of threats and all of that, because I know that before anybody comes out to threaten anybody, then there must be something wrong with that person. First, fundamentally, nobody who is on the path of truth can talk about threatening somebody else. I don't think, and anybody who is out there who said that any member of the accountability group have ever threatened them before, let them come on out here. Because we don't need to threaten you. We don't have anything to hide. We are not. When you are on the path of truth, naturally you don't even threaten people. It doesn't even.
I think they are being threatened by the truth. So go ahead.
Yes. So please, I want us to discuss this issue because there's so many messages that we've seen from one. I don't want to be calling their names to give them give them, you know.
Can I start? Can I start from there? Can I start? I have to park my car. To address this issue very well because I was driving.
Okay, please.
Can I start from there?
Yeah, 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. We'll take 5 minutes each. Yes.
Thank you so much. You see, this issue of threat is only applicable where the person who is threatening you has no truth. And he wants to use fear and intimidation to stop you from talking. And the people who are threatening you, they are also human beings. They fail to realize that the capacity to be violent is not limited to one person or certain groups of persons. Everybody has the capacity
it's just funny. Sometimes I feel like all these threats, where can we meet? They need to bring up a place. Yeah.
So you say what you have to say. Let Pastor finish. He has his 5 minutes. He has 4 minutes now left. So that we can take it.
So when you begin to threaten people, you don't have the monopoly of violence. But we don't live by that, because the Biafra we are looking forward to, it's not the one of injustice, threat, killing, and cursing. It's the Biafra of justice, equity, truthfulness, and life. So when you come, you begin to threaten people. It shows that you are afraid of the truth, and that's why I'm using threat. The time when Simon was in good, when he was still deceiving us, or maybe Satan had not entered him, he would say, I want the government to invite me. I want the American government, let me come and talk with them. That time he had something to offer. But when he began to derail, he's not using threats. He's not using his e-frogs to come and start threatening you. They have given them my WhatsApp number. They come there, they abuse me, they say everything. There's some who want to talk to me. I've told them I can't talk to you. There's another one that came, he was in DOS. He said he was in the welfare department. He wanted to talk to me. I asked him a question. Do you know what happened? He said, no, go and find out. I told him, go and listen to the video, the first video someone did broadcast when he was insulting us. And my response, he didn't go to read it. And I asked him, are you man enough? Don't you have enough balls to ask him, let him tell you? So this issue of threat is not Biafran. It's Nigerian. It is wicked and it's evil. Stop threatening people. We have never threatened anybody. If you have the truth, you want them to call you so that you can talk. And all of you know that Simon is not going, he doesn't have the interest of Biafra at heart. Simon EKPA does not have the interest of MAZI NNAMDI KANU at heart. I keep saying it. Even the house in question they are talking of. Somebody was telling me, now you have realized they rented a shoot. He didn't rent the shoot. It was through somebody that was there already. Why can't he tell you the truth? He told you first they acquired the house. You believed it. They told you to shoot. You refused. Later on, the shoot was already rented. I brought out everything. Showed them the complimentary card. Still, these people are so evil and wicked in their hearts. They're threatening. They're saying that you want to derail Biafran project. No, it is Simon EKPA that is trying to derail the Biafran project. That is why the Nigerian government is supporting the same man whom they were against. You are against a country, a republic, Biafra. But the man who says the prime minister, you are praising him. And the leader of that Biafran people, you have held him in detention. if you are praising Simon Ekpa, why not you release NNAMDI KANU to show the support of Biafra? But you're not in support of NNAMDI KANU. You're not in support of Biafra. You know the guy has sold out. That is why the leader of the people, and the people are so wicked and evil, they don't care about NNAMDI KANU again. All they are picturing in their mind is Simon Ekpa. And NNAMDI KANU said you cannot get Biafra on lies. You cannot get it on intimidation. You cannot get it on a deishi. That was the deishi Azuka Simon they went and contacted. That is my position. Your intimidation can never stop the coming of Biafra, not in a million years. Right. And let me tell you, any of you that are talking nonsense, I don't want to, look, if you plan to harm me, God in heaven, who knows I'm standing on the truth, will harm you and your own family. I will not harm you. But I tell you, you that plant, as you are plant, the Bible says concerning, please, Kelechi, just a minute. Let me just end up with this.
Yeah, because you're already 5 minutes now.
Yeah, somebody was saying that I am Lucifer. And I want to tell him that the main Lucifer here is Simon. The day he took it in his heart to overthrow NNAMDI KANU, that was the day he fell. Because he was the anointed person that was to do this job, but he took it upon himself to remove his master. That was how Lucifer tried to overthrow God in heaven. And he was thrown out. I'm the chief of army staff, Angel Michael. I'm seeing the downfall of Lucifer. I, Emeka Livingstone, and these guys, we are here working together. We shall see the downfall of Simon Ekpa in his wickedness, because he has strategically placed himself to remove Onyendu. That's not going to happen. There is no replacement for MAZI NNAMDI KANU. For now, the man is alive. He will come out and lead us in Biafra. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. You used 6 minutes. So Ronadi, please take it from there, because I think you were trying to say some stuff.
I don't have much to say. This is Simon of a thing. It's like, you know, you're cooking, and then, you know, salt is good. But when the salt is overmuch in your dish, you find out that it becomes useless, you know? So this guy is cashing in on our people's vulnerability, our people's gullibility. He playing a double standard, misleading our people by lying to them and telling them exactly what they want to hear. Our people want to hear that somebody is controlling the vessel toward the, you know, reclaiming our territory, Biafra, that has been reduced to a rump state. Simon went and exaggerated everything, and people are listening to him when he actually shouldn't be paid attention. For he knows, doesn't have what it takes. He doesn't qualify in the first place. So this Simon should be driven to oblivion. So I don't know why our people are paying him attention. When I say our people, I feel for our people. But the people that we call our people, I don't know what has taken possession of their mind, their brain, their conscience. They cannot reason. The Fulani cattle herders are far better than our people from the look of things. These Fulani go and kill for what they believe in. Our people, all they do is betray. They take from home and give to the people who are holding our things. So this Simon Ekpa should be shunned in total.
Okay.
All he does is come out being saucy toward people that are relevant toward this our cause. Because you know, pointing his chappy hands or fingers at America. He doesn't know what America is up to. America will send something against him, toward him. He's not going to be able to escape it, believe you me.
Very well.
They are watching him, his utterances and all that. You know? So he should be careful. What he's doing is trying to endanger this our struggle. If you get this struggle today, if America does not support you, just forget it. You haven't gotten it. If the president of America mentions today in his speech mentions Biafra, my brothers, this is it. Biafra is locked in.
That's right.
But that guy is out there talking gibberish, talking down or disparaging American President Biden, telling Americans who to vote and who not to vote, dragging the struggle into politics. He has no clue about. You understand? So that guy should be thrown into the dustbin of history. He should be cast into trash dump. That's what I have to say. Our people, it's time. You all need to wake up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Our people have heard, and those who have ears will hear. Comrade Ken, please take it for the next 5 minutes. Your stance on this issue of threats against those who are saying the truth. You're muted.
Oh, I always feel as if as if my mic is on. So thank you, Kelechi, for giving me the opportunity again. I always use this word that nobody is more ruthless than the other. Even Buhari that said he will treat the Biafrans ruthlessly, Buhari is not more ruthless than Biafrans. So what I want to let Simon know and his cohorts that they have not seen nothing. They have not seen mad people. You know, MAZI and can always say mad people everywhere, but there are the real mad people who are really mad in the right way, not in a stupid way. We have crazy and mad people. And if you need madness, we give you madness. If you want peace, we also give you peace. Don't threaten nobody. Don't threaten me. If you threaten me, come up personally. Don't talk about the struggle. Come and tell me what I have done, and let's both of us do it. Can I chip here? You got to go? Because if you are chasing me, always watch your back. I'm also behind you. You know? So maybe before you get me, I get you first. So I'm not saying that I'm chasing anybody, but I'm just telling you, anybody who is threatening anybody should also watch his back. Don't feel you can come out to threatening people and you are also free. If you're threatening my family, you also have family downtown. If you threaten anybody in this accountability group's family, you also have families downtown. So if you want it in a legal way, we do it. If you are in Europe, then you come and threaten me in Europe, then let's do it in the way the European does it, or the way the American does it, or the way the country where you are living does it. And if you want the threat to be in Nigeria, then you just say it. Somebody threatening me too and telling me I don't know who he is. I tell him, are you in Nigeria? If you are in the contraption, then you tell me. Tell me where you are in the contraption. Even if I'm not there, I will send you people that will teach you madness. To show you that we have people that will teach you madness, even if we are not around. If you are a ghetto boy, I'm more ghetto boy than you. If you are, no matter what you are, I'm more than you. You don't know who I am. You don't know who the people, the caliber of people here are. You only see them online trying to put things in your brain, and you think they are stupid. Haven't you seen in parliaments in Europe where they are fighting in their parliament? Haven't you seen it before? These are politicians. These are leaders, but they fight in their cabinets. So for you to know, we are not here just like because we are trying to make your brain, to refresh your brain, to give you a little bit sense of humor in your head. And you think maybe we are stupid people, and you come out to threatening people. You can continue to call Emeka Livingstone. If you are in America, tell Emeka Livingstone where you are. And when you see him, then you touch him. Then you see how American law works. Or if you are in Germany, you come out wherever I am, you tell me, I will come and meet you. If you are in your house, I will come to your doorstep and meet you there. Then you touch me, then you see what will happen. So this is how it is. Don't be threatening people. Onyendu told us we should stop all these stupid things. There are people we're supposed to threaten. Simon and your cohort, there are people you're supposed to be threatening. And those people are coming to ravage your land. They are coming to slaughter our fathers, mothers, and sisters. You are not threatening them.
You're just giving them the clue to come kill the people.
Exactly. You are not threatening them. Rather, they are even praising you. You know what Simon is doing with all this empty threat he's doing? He's trying to put fear in the minds of Biafrans. So nobody goes out to talk about the issue of MAZI or Biafra anymore. So the ESN will all run away. That's why when he made this threat, the military will go and kill people, and nobody will have the boldness of coming out anymore. Everybody will be scared. This is what they are trying to do, to scare Biafrans away from this struggle. So if Biafrans don't want to know that, let them know that now. So this is just the last word I have for today. Yeah. The threat should stop. We are not begging you for it, but if you continue to threat, just show us who you are. Bring out your face. Let's see you the way you are seeing us. Okay? Let's know who you are, so we can see who catch each other before the other. Yeah. Thank you very much.
So much. We know that the person who is actually motivating them to threaten people is Simon, because he has published faces of people. He's encouraging them, which means that he's actually the one behind the threatening. So anybody who's been threatened is being threatened by Simon, by proxy, using that person as proxy. And Prince, please you just say something about this also.
Thank you. One of the things that people must know is that the accountability and transparency team have one thing in common. One of the reasons why we have decided to do something for MAZI NNAMDI KANU is because of the spirit we have. People don't know, but we are Biafrans. We are one. When you threaten one Biafra, you threaten all Biafrans. So it's important that everybody understands this. We are fighting for MAZI NNAMDI KANU's release because we know that any one of us threatened, you have threatened all of us. That is our spirit. That's one thing to get hold of. Secondly, we might appear to be gentle people and gentlemen and gentle women, but we want to send a message. We want to send a very strong message. When it comes to protection of life and everything, it comes from God. That's why in the scripture it says, it's God that protects. But I also want to remind you that when Yeshua was here, he even allowed his disciples to carry weapons, not for offensive mission, but for defending themselves. The only reason Christ stopped Peter and asked him to put back the sword was because Christ realized that the appointed hour had come. So I want people to know that even though we don't go out to offend or go and try to threaten people, we defend ourselves very, very well. And that's why I'm saying to somebody like Simon, you know, it's not about how young you are. I play tennis. I know that I'm far, far older than Simon. I play tennis. I always tell the 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and even 40-year-olds I beat every day. I tell them, look, it's not about how young you are. It's about how skillful you are. And I've challenged Simon. He can forget about all those muscles and all the noise making. Simon cannot stand man to man, and I will not floor him. It's impossible. This is not a joke. And I'm challenging him. If he wants to prove me wrong, he has to give me a date and be honest about his dates and arrangements. Let us agree on a central place where we're going to meet. If he wants us to be in the ring, we'll go in the ring. Let me prove something to him. So we are not people you're going to be threatened or frightened by all these silly. That's why I block all those idiots, because I don't have time for them, because I know that their upbringing is something that isn't well done. Their education is poor. Their socialization is also poor. So it's difficult to reason with them. So the only message I can send to them is, even though I'm not going to come out threatening you or coming to be offensive, God has equipped us to defend ourselves. And we are ready to defend ourselves to the hilt. And as far as it is truth that we are coming, I want you to know that when you threaten us, you are actually offending God. Correct. And the consequences of it has nothing to do with us, because God will even fight that battle for us even before we begin it. So I want all these people who believe in stomach infrastructure, okay, who feel that reaping from Biafran blood, okay, has become a career to them. Because that is the whole place, that's the source of all these threats. When you talk about Biafra restoration, these people are saying we can't restore it now. Let's keep going because I'm feeding my stomach from this blood being poured. We are saying to you, I'm sorry, we have shed enough blood. And also, I'm sorry, we want to charter a new course whereby we want to even empower you to have a reputable, a dignified, and a successful life by restoring Biafra. Because the peanuts you're using now, you're being given by Simon Ekpa to be talking all this rubbish. We're going to turn it into millions of dollars, whereby you will suddenly feel, why have I been stupid all this while? We are fighting for your own sake and for your own generation. But you might not see it now because of that peanut, your stomach infrastructure. You don't want to see the physical infrastructure, seeing your whole self develop. But all you are concerned is that stomach infrastructure, what to eat now, and die tomorrow. Now, let me rest it here by saying those who threaten are ungodly. And I need people to know that Sani Abacha is a living testimony to every and all of you. Nobody has the dates of people's death, and everybody must die. The death of one does not increase anybody's lifespan. Those who think about other people dying and also are so concerned about, or they are always castigating people for their illnesses, are not immune from death and illnesses. Let me then rest it by giving you that example of Sani Abacha. Sani Abacha had people waiting on the execution board. Sani Abacha had already found people guilty of plotting a coup and was waiting for a date that he would announce their execution.
Like Obasanjo, like Dia.
That's right, Dia. They were all there waiting to be executed. But of course, we all know what happened to Sani Abacha. So when you are threatening and you don't even know where your next heir is coming from, it tells the world that you are crazy, you are insane, you don't even understand the life you're living. You have no clue about who you are as a person. So let me educate you to go and begin to cancel your silly, greasy brains. Beginning from Simon Ekpa and all these his lunatic assembled militias. That you're carrying a gun does not put you in control of the air you are breathing. Okay? And you are too little to threaten another soul, because you don't even know when your own time is coming. Because every killer must be killed by the same death. On that note, I rest it and I say, God bless Biafra. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Now we're just going to do one thing.
Biafra.
The traitors. Now there's something that just 1 minute each. We're going to do just one statement each. We're going to deal with this. Bruce Wayne said the traitors has ostensibly established a presence. He said the traitors. That means he's not referring to Simon alone. He's also talking about the members of his rogue team. Now, for 1 minute, Comrade Ken, I want you to give a message to his team members. 1 minute.
So, what I want to give to his team members is that they are all traitors, as we know. I just want to tell them that what I want them to do to prove themselves that they are not traitors, if they believe they are fighting for MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu says something that is very, very special. Why Nigerian government believe they will never let him out easily. He said that the man called Buhari is dead. I want Simon Ekpa, who is the traitor, and his cohorts to come out and prove this, what MAZI Nnamdi Kanu have said, to continue with that narrative that Buhari is dead. If they can do that, well, let me just keep it that way for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Very brief. Serenity, please, just in few words to the team members of Simon's Rogue Association.
Those are people, I'm not going to say not to take them serious. But if you know you got a ball, come on out. If you know you can fire your weapons, come on out. Let us have a neutral ground. Or maybe, if you think you're the man, bring your group. Maybe I bring me my group. We meet somewhere. Then we dig it out. But then if you think it's something physical, bring the pen. And then we tell you how it's done. You understand? Don't hide. You know you cannot face me when you see me physically. You know you cannot face Prince when you see Prince physically. You can't face Kelechi. You cannot face Ken. None of them. You cannot. And then because you felt like, look at all these mushroom hawkers. They're here telling you God punish you, this and that. Oh well, I'm not asking God not to punish me. But if I do anything that is worthy of God punishing me, let it be so. You understand? So say what you can defend. Say what you know. The guy you're queuing behind him, you don't know him.
Right.
Go and do some research, do some investigation, background investigation. Find out whom you are following. Whether he's taking you all to the ditch. Because you're gonna crash.
All right.
You understand?
All right. Thank you so much, Ronald, for that one. And Prince, people like Pastor Victor, people like Ngozi Orabweze, and all those rogues working with Simon, your message to them in 1 minute.
All those rogues following Simon Ekpa, including the names you've just mentioned. But I want to speak particularly to the one, don't know what he's called, that was giving us 24 hours to apologize.
He's just looking for, he's a blogger.
No, these are both to him or Progress News and all the rest. These are people who are looking for numbers to increase to support their stomach infrastructure, because they believe that the more crowd they have, the more YouTube will give them peanuts. Now, we know all that, but I wanted to send that fool a simple message, and through him.
Prince, he said you are only, sir.
Thank you. I was coming there. I was coming there because thank you. You've just taken it out of my mouth. What liars don't even know what they are talking about, first of all. And they want to convince you that they have the true information. Yes. In fact, he went as far as telling his silly viewers what I was saying to Pastor Livingston. Even when nobody could hear what I was saying, he was saying, oh, look at me, he's telling him that and he was the one now speaking and telling the world what I was saying. Yes. Already he had told them that I am also Onyise.
Yes.
So now, and also he's also telling them that after 24 hours, I will tell you what I will reveal to you something about. So how are you going to reveal something about somebody you have given a different identity? Hey!
Different identity.
So now I feel so. My soul is full of pity for these lunatics, and the sickness of it is that these are adults.
Yeah. Because
if they were kids, you say, okay, we have to nurture them to a point of reason. But these are already adults, and this actually tells you the more reason why we must get Biafra, because without it, human beings that are ought to be human are just operating like beings below animal level. And that is upsetting God. That is irritating God, because God sent us here for a different purpose, and we have turned into sub-animal and sub-animalistic ways. That is irritating our Creator. So I am passing this message to that guy and the rest of them that are on the bandwagon of the scammer the gambler, the thief, the criminal operating from him. Simon's cup is full and overflowing. Don't be that one that takes paracetamol for the other person that is suffering from headache. Don't be so silly that you are taking Simon's paracetamol because of his own headache. And don't rely on your stomach infrastructure. Think big. Think big. Understand that we are taking you to a place where you will feel proud as a human being. Think big. And stop being fooled by what your silly eyes can see right now. Your eye is too blind to comprehend where we are going.
Thank you so
much. Come and join the team. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Prince. And you just wanted to say what I wanted to say now. Come and join us to do what we have to do. We have to rescue MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. We have to get Biafra, and of course, we have to deal with this.
Can you call it RR? RR.
Yes.
Rescue MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Restore Biafra. The RR.
Exactly.
Yes. That's what we are doing. Rescue MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Restore Biafra. This is our mission. We are not in it for any position. We don't need any position. We don't need anything. We are only in it for RR. Rescue MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Restore Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Edith Nedu. We know the name of the guy. We just wanted to. We don't want to give him relevance by calling his. He's not even his name. He's faceless, and so we want him to bring his face.
Exactly.
Talk to us. Let him
bring
it. Let's see his face. He doesn't just come behind them. For the past years he has been there. He doesn't show his face. He just comes behind and then say something. And then we don't identify with such people. Let him come and open his face, and then we can now discuss with him. And so Edith Nedu, we know. So don't worry about that. And so thank you. That's the call number there. You can call us, be part of this. We have a strong plan on ground and all of that. And of course, Simon and his rogue team prepare for what is coming. You just don't know what is coming. But keep running your mouth and saying what you would like to say, because we know you are not sensible. We know Simon does not know the legal implication of the things he says, so let him keep saying them. Thank you all. We appreciate you. We're going to be here again tomorrow, hopefully, and so we're going to discuss more further on what we're going to be doing. And prepare for us, because by the end of this month, we're going to be unveiling our program to you. We're going to tell you the date soon. We're going to unveil what we're doing. We're going to open up everything to you. We're already ready. We're prepared. Everything is being set, and we are set to do what we have to do. Thank you so much, all. We appreciate you, and God bless you. Very good. I want to thank the panel. I want to thank Pastor Livingstone, who is already gone. I want to thank Serena D here, and also I want to thank Comrade Ken. Also thank Prince. Prince have spoken to us extensively, also especially regarding our lawyer, FEIN. And I want to thank you all. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu have spoken. All of you should stay put. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu have spoken. If you love MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, hold on to his words and don't be deceived by anybody. And of course, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu will be out soon and very, very soon. And that's what we stand for. Thank you all. We appreciate you. God bless you all. Very good. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Prince. Bye-bye. Serena, bye. Thank you all.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.